Hello, Jeff Helvin here with Ballen Brands, and today I want to show you how to create and save a contact list in Keap. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm logged into Keap. This is for Keap Max Classic users, and I'm going to click up here. We call this the hamburger menu. It looks like two buns and a little patty in the middle there. So we're going to go ahead and click on that option, and I can access my contacts here under the CRM section. So when I click on contacts, by default it's going to pull up all my contacts, or if I have more than 1,000 contacts in the system, it'll actually pull up a screen that looks like this one. So sometimes we get a little confused because there's just so many search options that we have. But that's one of the great things that we love about Keap here is the options that we have to create these saved searches. So the first thing I can do is I can choose to create a lot of different types of lists here. So I just want to walk through some of those features here. It's, for example, first name starts with, right? So I can start with George or Henry or something like that. I can also find ones that are empty. So I can actually pull up a list of all the contacts that don't have a first name, which is a really cool feature. One that just has names or doesn't have names, right? Filled or empty. And I can also do things like that doesn't equal. So if I wanted to pull up everybody that's, Jimmy, but I wanted to change him to James, I can pull up lists like that just by using these different features here. Same with last name. So we have that option as well. Company, email, email status. That's another one where I can actually choose these different statuses. So I can actually save a list of all of my, unengaged contacts and try to maybe personally phone call them, something like that. Lead scores, if you utilize that feature in Keap, you can use that as well. And where we use the most though is with tags. Tags is probably one of the easiest ways to keep your contacts organized in Keap, as well as custom fields. So that's the other place that we'll do some of these as well. So tags we usually use more for like functions, like what kind of campaign they're on, or if they're responsive to certain things like email or text, whether I called them or didn't call them, things like that would be more tag based. Whereas custom fields might be something where they can only be one. Like if in the real estate world, if they're a buyer or a seller, for example, right? Sometimes they're both, but they're usually one before they're the other. So things like that. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and just use tags, and we'll pull up, so if I add new lead and I go ahead and hit search, that's going to pull up no results. I don't have anybody tagged as a new lead in the platform. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick little sample. I'll go ahead and hit tags. We'll call Paul here a new lead. All right, so now I can do this again. Go to contacts. Go to new search, and then I want it with any of these tags, new lead, and hit search, and there we go. I've got my search. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually click save. So that's the trick about once I create the save search, I'm going to go ahead and save that. So I'm going to let everybody who's in my system be able to access that. So that's what I'm choosing there is that option. If I just wanted it to be me only, then it shows, I can have myself selected. And we're going to call this new leads and hit save. So what this does now is it puts it over here in my save searches option. So new leads is now there. So I can quickly access that search. Now I want to also point out, let's do a new search. I can also do things, again with tags as well, where with any of the tags, so it could be if they're a new lead or a buyer or a seller or a client, right? I can put all of those in there, and anybody that matches any of those would pull up. I can also do one with all of those tags, so they would actually have to have all 4 of those tags to show in my results. I can then also do doesn't have tags. So let's say, for example, I want to do a list of people that I have not contacted in a certain amount of time. Well, in that case, as long as I have a tag that says I did contact them, then I'd be able to create a list of those who didn't have that tag so that I have my new call list. So there's lots of different ways to utilize the search results, whether it's tags or custom fields or whatever it might be. These are all great options to save the list. But the point, of course, is just being able to actually filter down, narrow down the results, and then ultimately save a search. So if you have any questions on that, by all means, you can reach out to us at team@ballenbrands.com.